What's up guys, my name is Nick and this is the ROK Music Review, your place to discover and discuss Korean music. We're here to talk about some news. It's come thick and fast the last couple of days. We got at least 3 different news stories that are worthy of, me talking about and giving my opinion and stuff. And I've also got a brand new lights because the previous one that I was using to light this setup died on me. So we're going to talk about the member from Boys24 Hwayoung and his comments about how much he hates he hates K-pop fans. And he made a bunch of comments. He doesn't particularly like being called oppa all the time. He doesn't like doing the high touch events. The fans make him want to puke. The fans' breath stinks. He doesn't like that. He just in general doesn't like them. The translation that I saw is I wouldn't say quite vulgar because I kind of talk the same way myself, so my perspective on that is a little bit different, but there is very strong language, I would say. And I have seen a comment on the internet elsewhere that said that the translation that was given was a little bit watered down from what the Korean is. The Korean is much more, I suppose, hateful and that. So yeah, so this whole thing is a, of course, mess and a disaster, and really isn't something that should have ever come out. It's one of those situations where, like, bro, you can think it, but you just cannot say it, right? So that's really like the one thing that is big. It's like, so you can have the thoughts. I think my personal opinion on this, right, is you can have the thoughts that you do not like your fans, you do not like doing the high touches, and those other fan engagements, meeting your fans, and but you just don't say it. Now, the one difference in this that kind of like makes me feel bad for this kid is that he was saying this to his, now I would assume that if she was not his ex-girlfriend, she now is, because she's creating a whole bunch of shit for him. But he was saying this to his girlfriend at the time, and that's one person where you would think and assume you can just like vent and blow off some steam regarding work, and they're going to just listen to you and take it in and like not share that with the world. But apparently she seems like she's a bit of a vengeful bitch and decided that she was going to release this because it would definitely be the end of this guy's career before it even started. Because Boys24, while they are a little bit popular, I know that they sold out their first ever concert back in November. I mean, they sold 3,000 tickets, so that's not too shabby for a group that's not even really known. So his career was just starting, and now it is basically, it looks like it is going to be over. Of course, CJ who is the company that is organizing the Boys24 thing, has kind of released a statement saying that, like, well, we told him plenty of times he's got to get his attitude straightened out, and now this has come out, and, well, we're going to talk to him. We've had an emergency meeting, as they always do. Emergency meetings happen all the time whenever news comes out like this, or just any news in general. And we're going to be discussing what is going to happen from here on out. So obviously, the company, people within the company, his managers, whoever, know that he knew that he's got some issues with whatever it is going on inside of his head, and what he says and thinks of people. Whether just in general, I guess his attitude seems to be rather poor, is what the statement from CJ is suggesting. And, I definitely would not be surprised if he ends up getting kicked out of the group. Or at the very least, he's guaranteed to not make the final group from Boys24, because these 24 guys are like the last, from this whole competition thing, that are going to be in the group that eventually debuts sometime in the future. So it's, at the very least, I think it's guaranteed he's not going to be a part of that. So the entire situation is sad because, not only is this just a bad thing, like, you just don't say, like, fans, I don't like you. People, like celebrities, me, myself, I don't go and say, like, the people that like me, the people that come out and support me, the people that want to see me, interact with me and stuff like that, I hate them. They are disgusting. They make me want to puke. That's kind of shitty, right? And as a fan, if, a member of my favorite group or a member of a group that I support said that, about me or about their fans, I'd be like, excuse me, who do you think you are? This is like, you are, I am part of the reason why you have a job. At the very least, you can just like put up with the fact that, like, hey, maybe some of us are a mess, or most of us are a mess, and not particularly attractive or desirable in whichever many ways that you want to look at that, right? Like, I understand, right? I have a retail job. I understand. Everybody who has a job understands, pretty much where this kid is coming from, because people deal with things, they get frustrated, they like don't like the way things are going. But at the end of the day, if you're doing a customer service job, you have to put on be friendly and smile and not be a jerk to the people, even if they're being a jerk straight to you, or you just do not like them, right? You cannot go, I'm sorry, I don't like you, and act like that to them. It's just not the way it works. So it's difficult for me to be like, to jump down this kid's throat and be like, hold on there, you're a little you think you're a little bigger than you actually are. Like, I've seen a lot of people making comments and stuff like that, and just saying that it's absolutely 100% unacceptable that he says and thinks any of this, which to me is like, it's understandable, and I do think that it is acceptable that he does think these things, because I have a job, I deal with people. Some of those people I do not like. I do not like the people that I work with. I do not like my bosses. I don't like a lot of people, and I do say what I do and do not like about those people when it is appropriate, right? To my family, to my friends, to other coworkers who I know who have, generally the same feelings and stuff like that, and who are in the same position that I am. Like, I know when it is appropriate. And I would say that, at least in this guy's instance, the situation and who he was venting to was at the time appropriate, and then I don't know what happened, but apparently things have gone a little bit bad for her to decide that she just wants to like cut his career off before it's even started. And it's just that, I mean, like, people have had a very strong reaction, moderate, an exception, and rightly so, because, if I put myself in the shoes of a fan of Boys24, someone who is a fan of his and, goes to these events, specifically to support and meet and say hi to him and touch hands and stuff like that. And he's saying he just really, 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 to like the most severe level, dislikes that. That would upset me. That would hurt me to a, great deal. So I understand, like, everyone just going like, oh my God, this is the worst thing you could ever do. He's a criminal. He's, like, basically Satan. He's a total shithead, right? Understand it. But on the other side of that, I totally do understand that, you get frustrated. You don't like doing aspects of your job. Everybody has an aspect of their job that they do not like, and which is an aspect of his job he didn't like, and he was venting it to somebody that he thought was safe. Turns out it wasn't, and this is the end result. So, that's really that. And then also on top of this, which I just kind of, thought of or was reminded of as I was about to close this out, is the other sad thing about this is that this is going to be something that not only affects him, but it's also going to affect the other members of this group, of this competition stage. They're going to be drugged down as well. So there are going to be people who turn their backs on this group because, if one member has this mentality, what do the other members think? It's just all messy for everyone involved. It's bad for this guy. It's bad for Boys24. It's ultimately bad for CJE&M because it's kind of tainting and ruining their products that they're putting out and hoping to make some money on. It's just kind of brought everything down. But I don't know. I mean, like, for me, like I said, just to summarize, right, for me, it's understandable that he would think and feel these things and even say it to somebody that he trusts. But at the same time, like, you're a celebrity, you gotta it just comes with the territory, man. You gotta deal with people you don't like. You gotta get over it. And again, vent to people that matter or that you can trust and stuff like that. But you just gotta realize that, like, I guess from now on, the girlfriend isn't the person that you vent to. That's really all that I have got. And this also too opens up the possibility, right, from my perspective, and I think from others too, who are rational, like, your favorite idol possibly hates you. Think about that. Like, they don't like interacting with you. Of course, you never ever heard that until just now, but there are definitely, it's possible that that your favorite member of your favorite group doesn't like dealing with their fans. Of course, that you've never heard anything, it hasn't been leaked and any of that stuff, but it's definitely probably out there. There's probably at least one other idol out there that does not like you.